Back to the Nexus we go.
Pathfinder, is it true? We're settling Eos.
We've thought that before.
But Eos is different now, right? Pathfinder.
All right, settle down. Give him space. Lieutenant Syax, Kendros' aide. They all wanted to see you. Real hope again. It's been a while.
They've got a Pathfinder again. This is what we do.
And you've done it splendidly.
Professor Herrick, right?
What you achieved with that remnant vault is unprecedented, Pathfinder. Impossible.
With more military personnel out of stasis, those Ket won't get near your vault. Or our people.
August Bradley will oversee that. He's the new mayor.
Bradley. I know him. Seems like a good man.
Well, what are you waiting for? There's a new world out there.
Thank you, Ryder.
Yeah, that's the good reaction. Trust me, we're gonna see negative as well.
Watch your tone. You saw what happened to the Krogan.
But we need this equipment.
Well, you're not getting it. Stop making frivolous requests.
It's not a frivolous request. Properly functioning air filters are at...
Frivolous. You'll just have to make do.
We can't fix the station breathing bad air.
This is Spender.
Your incompetence isn't my problem. Just do your job.
What do you want?
Sounds like you're having a rough day.
You saw that, huh? Oh, I'm sorry I snapped at you. The way Spender treats me? Everyone, I'm so angry. I don't understand how he's in any position of authority.
I haven't heard much good about that guy.
Whatever you've heard, it's not half as bad as the reality. Just last week, he tried to redirect some of the supplies we need to keep the stasis pods going.
Why?
I have no idea. But if Kesh hadn't stepped in and threatened to airlock him, it would have been a disaster. He's always like that. Making bad decisions, driving the Krogan away, treating people like scum when no one's watching.
Maybe there's something I can do?
A man like that's bound to have some dirt. I wish Tan and Addison could see it. Things have gotten so bad that Kesh had to literally kick him out of engineering.
How literal are we talking here?
Boot to ass. Oh, it was glorious. We need him gone, but as incompetent as Spender is at his job, he's insanely good at keeping it. Kesh can tell you more.
Yep. Hey, Vetra.
Don't.
Keeping tabs on things back here?
Yeah, I try to watch what's going on while we're away, but it's nice to check in person.
Going well, I hope.
As well as it can go with limited resources, yeah. Tiny steps.
Don't hesitate to share them.
Did you fill out those request forms like I asked?
I tried. They offered to put me on the transfer list for an outpost, but I said no.
Oh yeah, my little friend over here.
Hello there.
Oh, hello, Pathfinder.
Here we are, one young pyjack. Ready to see Andromeda, huh? Sam, can you send a note to Kesh? Make sure our new friend gets delivered to the Tempest.
Acknowledged.
Nice to see you again.
So this is mainly just a lot of mods. Oh, we can also get models, of course. I mean, why wouldn't we have models available for our ship? And emergence for the Nomad.
Hello.
Including better shields, life support, and different colors. Honeycomb, platinum. Yeah.
Sure. Let me know what materials you need,
Arms
I'll find you something.
and armor.
That's a Hey.
Alright, so I think the doctor we have to go see is actually up here. Oh yeah, this guy.
Power outages make no sense.
What's the trouble?
I've got power shortages throughout the station. I can't for the life of me find the cause. Oh, whoa, you're the Pathfinder. Hey, sorry, please ignore me. You've got way more important things to do.
Power to the Nexus is pretty important. I'm happy to help.
That's great, because I'm at a loss. There are obvious short circuits cropping up all over the place. A Pathfinder's eye might reveal something.
There's a power short here. We could scan the area.
As sleepers wake from stasis, the initiative requires blood. Record memo. Seven credits sent us 3 crates of potting for you. Return with the
These power outages make no sense.
I'm Gian Garson, founder of the initiative. On behalf of the Nexus, I welcome you to the Cultural Center.
Scan to assess the nature of the damage.
Pathfinder, I'm glad you could stop by. Pardon the dust while we set everything up.
Rich diversity of people who have arrived from the Milky Way
What goes on here?
The Cultural Center is a place where new races we've met can visit and exchange ideas. They can learn more about the Milky Way species, while we foster an air of cooperation and understanding. We're just getting everything ready. Hopefully it won't be long before we have our first visitors.
Thanks.
Of course, our hope is that you'll make friends in the cluster and send them our way. And when you have a second, check back with me on a favor I'd like to ask.
The Nexus is a place of friendship and cooperation. We're glad you could visit. Don't hesitate to speak with one of our...
Sam indicated there was a short circuit here in this area.
They're happy to answer any questions you may have and eager to learn more about your own culture.
Wait, what? Oh.
The Nexus is a place of friendship and cooperation. We're glad you could...
Okay. I assume that was it. And there's 2 other things over here.
Wouldn't it be more practical to build these vaults in the surface?
If you will. Nah, Rachni engineers mastered underground construction a millennium ago. These remnant fellows probably had the same idea. Wouldn't mind a seismometer reading, though. Sam, any chance?
Let's save the other doctor for last.
Hi, Pathfinder. Want to hit some rocks for science?
Absolutely. What do you need?
Sam and I used your scans and made a VI for geophysics surveys. Beta builds on the console there. Test it out in the field, and I'll wrangle you a consultant's bonus from Director Addison. How's that sound?
Mm-hmm.
Pathfinder, those bioscans are superb. Could you gather more for our comparative conservation effort?
What conservation effort?
Ah, my thesis is on the console there. Broad strokes, we're comparing and preserving organisms from both galaxies. If you donate more bioscans and samples to the catalog, I can get you a finder's fee. Tempted?
Hello, Pathfinder. A moment?
What can I do for you, Doctor?
I have a math problem. Some vital equations that only a mind like Sam's could solve. They concern strange transmission patterns in the Scourge. Perhaps random noise, perhaps not.
Sam likes new experiences. It'll be an opportunity to encounter math homework.
Given the complexity and the security implications, I recommend transferring the equations directly into SAM node. I have them on an optical storage disk for you.
I'll see if I have time.
Thank you, Pathfinder. Please thank Sam as well.
There we go.
An expedition to Eos in the Pythia system has discovered a mysterious facility that authorities are calling a vault. Though not much yet is known about the underground structure, it's believed to be remnant in origin. Noted Asari scientist Pelisaria Basale.
What we activated in the vault drastically improved the atmosphere on Eos.
This is HNS.
They got PB on there.
It's you. You're the human Pathfinder. I'm Sid, Vetra's sister. Vetra's told me all about you. Well, not all about you, but the important bits. I should probably get back to work. It was real nice meeting you, though.
What work do you do here?
Oh, I just monitor comms from colonists. Progress updates, hazards encountered. Note it down, pass on a report to Sean at the end of the day.
Important job.
I know. It's nice to hand in a report and have someone say I helped.
I'll let you get back to work.
We'll have more to do with Sid later on. Quite a few follow-ups up here.
Construction and repairs continue on various parts of the
You'll notice Drac isn't here.
How many times have I told you this story?
343.
Wait, what? You've been keeping count? Rushan, that's not funny.
And that's one of the big reasons I love Kesh.
Pathfinder, I believe you found the culprit responsible for the power shortages.
Alert Professor Herrick to come secure it.
Yeah, that was a big boy right there. Kind of important that we,
Thanks for helping Raj and Zara find Atkins. He's not getting out of lockup for a while.
No problem, Kesh.
Ryder, can you believe this place?
One space station, slightly dented?
You should have seen it a year ago. It was more than just dented. Anyway, thanks for bringing me on. Tan can't kick me off the station now, and it's been nice seeing my granddaughter again.
The two of you seem close.
It's been Kesh and me against the galaxy the moment I got her. Well, maybe not as much now, but it sure was early on.
All right. Dell told me you saw her arguing with Spender. Pyjack's doing his best to throttle my department.
How's he getting away with that?
Spender doesn't know the first thing about engineering, but he knows how to play people. More importantly, he still talks to the exiles. I'm sure of it. I just can't prove it without your help.
This needs to be investigated.
I'm glad someone thinks so. Talk to Kandros. He likely has security footage, some kind of evidence. But you'll have to convince him to authorize release.
Nothing more for now.
See you later. Did you tell him I was coming down to check on you?
He still won't leave me alone. He's pretending to inspect my work.
Right. Cycling airlogs 56B and 57B... now.
That worked. He's leaving. Thank you.
Love Kesh. Love Kesh a lot.
fallout from the recent uprising as security tightens across all sectors of the network.
The way he flops his arms there as he goes down the ramp, it's like, come on, Ryder.
Say all that's worth a 3-day. No news on the Turian Ark yet? Or is this militia business?
I was told I should talk to you about the mutiny.
I wasn't on the Nexus when it happened. I started reading up on it, but you know how things get around here.
Do you know where Spender was during that time?
Why Spender? Wait, you think he might have had something to do with the mutiny?
Maybe. Just trying to sort things out.
You know, the logs I did look through showed a few discrepancies. I meant to dig deeper. If you're investigating, how about I give you access to the security vid archives?
Thank you.
Anything else?
Bye, Kandros. Duty calls.
You and me both, Pathfinder.
This is Addison. Our first outpost, Prodromos, has confirmed full deployment on Eos. We expect the colony to be fully self-supporting soon and able to send us supplies.
Huh, this file won't play. Sam, can you boost the quality?
Processing. Playback initiated.
Wait, is he handing something over to one of the mutineers?
Take this. It'll help you the armory. Don't...
I am sorry, Pathfinder. This backup file is corrupted. The audio tracks are heavily degraded. Someone may have deleted the original, and this version was restored during a system-wide reset.
Sounds like a cover-up to me.
I concur. While I cannot restore any more audio, the location appears to be Kadara.
How do you figure?
In common parlance, lip reading. I do not recognize the location from any current data. It appears mountainous and populated. We will need to find the planet before I can confirm. I will contact you via my node.
Let's go confront him.
So yeah, this is going to be one of those where it gets put on hold until we are able to progress to those points later on in the game.
A ray of hope for sleep-starved residents. Maintenance begins on malfunctioning.
And he is right here.
The mutiny went as well as... Ryder, is it? Williams...
Sorry, I cut that off. Sorry.
If we met before, I meet a lot of people running colonial affairs.
Running colonial affairs? I thought you were the assistant director.
That's right. Assistant to Addison. So we know who does all the real work.
There's evidence tying you to some pretty shady things, Spender. I saw the footage. You were handing something off?
What footage? From Gavorkum? Routine business meeting. Whoever you're talking to clearly has an axe to grind. And frankly, a Pathfinder shouldn't be wasting time on a witch hunt. You'd be wise to let this be.
That sounded like a threat.
We're done here.
You don't threaten the Pathfinder.
Maintenance crews, please report to the commons area.
Please address concerns first with Director Addison. One must obey protocol.
Alright, we'll talk to Addison first.
You've shaken things up, Pathfinder. My department actually has colonial affairs to direct. And you have new tools to help grow the initiative. AVP, ready for spending.
Sam said there was new functionality to discuss.
It's how the initiative was designed to support the Pathfinder. You and your team are out there making Andromeda viable. That empowers all of us. Hit a threshold. A new cryo group can be brought out. Want more security, like you chose at Prodromos? That's your call. Brecker will introduce the interface and handle minutiae. All you need to do is decide what life in Andromeda means. No pressure.
Oh gee, thanks.
Hello again, Pathfinder.
I've been digging, and there are serious concerns about Spender.
And this relates to your job as Pathfinder how?
It relates to your job.
3, 4, 5... Right. I've had a year and a half of doing everything with nothing. 1,000 people riding me. Spender, shit as he is, helps. So, Pathfinder, if you've accusations to make, be certain. I'll drop trouble like a hot rock, but I can't lose people over suspicions. We don't have the people left.
Yeah, I won't let her forget this later on.
How are we doing on the viability front?
Struggling. Need I remind you that viability isn't abstract? It's lives, our foothold. Get out there, Ryder. Pathfind. We're dying.
I have info on a specific sleeper I'd like brought out of cryo.
I want to avoid that entirely. For reasons.
Reasons? That's it?
Look, you're the Pathfinder. If you've a request for your extended team, that's a request you can make. Access the sleeper records through Brekker's console. It's none of my business. Until you make it a problem for me. Understood?
Colonial Affairs, please advise Director Tan of your status.
Hello, Pathfinder. I am Cryo Deployment Administrator Vladimir Brekker, C-63 Galati. Your first task is to decide irrevocably the course of every life in the initiative.
Whoa, that seems like... too much.
Yes, of course. But now you respect what we're doing. Andromeda viability and Nexus thresholds are your tools, your reward, and our future. How can I help?
What's the rundown on AVP?
Much of the preparation in the Milky Way was determining how to measure success. Thresholds are about capacity, but this is about cost, what we can actually afford to support. Points aren't the most elegant system, but it makes it clear. The more you earn, the more we can deploy.
How are you measuring thresholds?
It's based on resource estimates and general stability, a metric of acceptable scope and risk. The more you achieve, the greater capacity we can accommodate, the more the initiative can do for you. Simplest explanation, the more you do, the more room we have to grow.
So I decide what groups to wake up. Won't everyone be out eventually?
Absolutely, but there's an order to things, lines of support. You can't deploy an omelet without first deploying eggs, and eggs won't get you steak. Except it's people, and how all our lives begin. I deal in full colony blocks of specialists. I can make individual requests, but we should start the overall system first.
All right, Brekker. Where do I start?
The interface is active and will respond only to a Pathfinder. It's ready for your first selection. You may begin shaping the initiative at your leisure.
So, this allows us to get a variety of different kinds of upgrades or benefits. And some of these will become active later on, depending on previous ones we unlock, or depending on how we do at other planets in terms of their viability. So like right now, we could get some lab technicians out, which what that does is gives us research points at regular intervals. We can get some mining operators out, which gives us a selection of minerals at regular intervals. We can have munitions, which is a drop of consumable supplies at regular intervals. Hunting parties, organic materials at regular intervals. Special Forces tech materials at regular intervals. We can have reconnaissance done, which reveals hidden caches around established forward stations, or 15% more credits for Apex missions. And then commerce, we can have credits from investments at regular intervals, improved prices when buying and selling, and more inventory capacity. Obviously, because of this mod, I don't really need that, but more money is actually not a bad idea, so let's do that. And then we can do this, collect rewards. And then you'll see it also, this is another timer here. So I actually had it backwards earlier when I said the Apex missions were done in game time. I actually was thinking of this. I apologize. The Apex missions are done in real life time, like the table in Inquisition. But this right here is only going with in-game time. That timer you see on the screen is only going to tick if I'm playing the game. If I leave the game, if I turn off the game, the timer stops. Just to be clear on that. So I apologize for the misinformation I gave in the last video.
Pathfinder, AVP leveling continues as per your directions. And of course, the interface remains accessible for any future adjustments. Sweet protocol and process. Now we're living.
Why'd you join the initiative?
I was a teacher. A good life. I could see the positives and negatives right through to the end.
You did the math and it said, come to Andromeda?
No. I just didn't like being able to see the end. Here, I don't have a clue what tomorrow will bring. Feels more like living.
Whoa.
Yes, Pathfinder.
What's your take on the state of the initiative?
Please consult the AVP interface. It has a thorough breakdown of your progress.
And your personal opinion?
Your progress thrills me. Make my job obsolete, Pathfinder. I dare you.
I have a specific person I want brought out of cryo.
Name and designation if available.
That's it? You'll just do it?
Nowhere in my job description does it say, argue with the Pathfinder. That said, I record all interactions. If something you ask for causes trouble, there'll be no doubt that you're responsible.
Let's keep this between us. Here's the info.
Deployment will begin shortly. Is there anything else, Pathfinder?
Another time.
Pathfinder.
Alright, now let's go talk to Tan.
Oxygen production is nominal.
Pathfinder, do you
Oh, hey,
have
Carrie.
just a minute? Ryder, isn't it? Carrie Tavessa, freelance vidmaker. This is Hakeem, my producer. I could use your help.
What are you looking for?
Director Tan's asked for an uplifting documentary on the initiative. Translation, paint rainbows over our problems. But our problems are history. People deserve the truth, not propaganda.
It takes integrity to record the truth and nothing but.
Well, I do my best. And you could help me out. The heart of my documentary will be an interview series. I was hoping you'd take part. I want the dirt and blood of our story, not the convenient fairy tale Tan's looking for. Interested?
You don't mind treading on the initiative director's toes?
What would he do? Pull funding we don't have? I'm game if you are.
Okay, interview away.
Let's start at home. 14 months and the Nexus still isn't finished. Arcs are missing, we have people in exile. By any standard, this wasn't the plan. Our leadership describes these as anticipated issues. Would you agree?
We still have to fix them. Everyone, leaders included, needs to pitch in. Let's be honest about these challenges and how we're going to face them.
Nice. Won't make you popular with the leaders, but it's good to hear. Bandwidth means I'm transmitting in short bursts, so that's all for now. But you can bet I'll have more questions later. You were great. I'll get to work editing.
Hello again. Hello. Director Tan is expecting you.
Last time I was here, this was a storage closet.
Pathfinder Hall just needed a Pathfinder to open.
We're still getting the commons area ready. Hydroponics is only at partial capacity.
Not good enough.
We don't have enough people. My workers need a break, Tan.
I sympathize, but not until our survival is no longer at risk. Now please excuse me while I meet with our Pathfinder. Hey, Ryder. Addison told me about the outpost. You're the hero of the hour.
Let's hold off on the celebration. We haven't found home yet.
Oh, there's no need for modesty. Success affords leverage over those who doubted you.
And you're my best friend?
A patron. One who shares your vision of a prosperous future.
Yeah, all of a sudden, now that it's politically convenient for you to be my friend, now you're all buddy-buddy with me. I see right through you, Tan.
Due respect, Director Tan, but you don't know me.
Oh, I think I do. Your ingenuity speaks for itself, Ryder. Deciphering the vault, alien terraforming. It's not how we imagined all this, but a good Pathfinder improvises. And a great one hangs it on the wall. Yours are the first trophies to grace Pathfinder Hall. You're a symbol now, Ryder. A reason for people to believe.
It wouldn't have been possible without my crew. They're a talented bunch.
But you're their beacon.
Careful. He'll end up adopting you, Ryder.
Ah, my staff.
Colleagues, you wouldn't be looking to cut us out, would you, Tan?
I remind you, I am the director of the initiative.
Acting director.
So right away, there's two things right there he just said that really irritate me. One, the moment he sees them, he goes, "Ah, my staff." You notice he has this kind of superiority thing going on here where he's really trying to, and he's like, "Oh, I am the director." And it's like, excuse me, you were number 8 in line. Don't be all like, "I am the superior king of all of you." He's really getting this superiority thing going on here, and it really irritates me. I would be like, "Look, Cash Kandros, if you want to overthrow this guy, I'll back you. Just give me the word."
This isn't the time for arguing over who gets to be king. Too much is at stake. We should be cooperating.
That's what I've been saying since we arrived.
Then I look forward to winning our Pathfinder support.
Though I worry about
you won't.
EOS, Ryder. A military outpost won't help feed the Nexus, not the way scientists might have.
But it will protect us from a growing list of threats.
And we could argue about it all day long, as we always do. The decision was made. Now we move on. What is your plan for moving on, Ryder?
We have a lead on the terraforming network. I need to take the Tempest deeper into the sector to investigate. If the other Golden Worlds are where they should be, this could get us closer to them.
Careful. The Kett are scouring the cluster for remnant technology. You'll end up in a fight for sure. You might also run into exiles. They didn't leave the Nexus on good terms.
And we still need more outposts. They're important to expanding the station.
Though with Ark still missing, this could be a chance for Ryder to search for them. Yes, I think that's best. You have my permission.
Excuse me? Yet another thing he says that really pisses me off. I have your permission? Excuse me, you are the 8th in line to fill in for the director spot of this, and you are not very popular, and you are not doing a good job of it to the point where I'm sure nobody would be sad to see you either overthrown or removed from your position. 2, this is about the Pathfinder. As the Pathfinder, I probably have more authority on some of these things than you do. So for you to actually lord over yourself over me as if you are somehow my actual superior, when I don't care what any of the regulations or whatever that would say the director is actually higher than the Pathfinder. No. If that was the case, you wouldn't have needed me so bad when we got here, Mr. 8th in line director.
I wasn't really asking for it.
Of course. I support that kind of enthusiasm.
Right.
Yeah, screw you, Tan. Seriously, screw you.
This is Harry, back on the Ark.
Go ahead.
We may have found a way to talk to your sister, sort of. Drop by when you can. Hyperion Medbay.
Will do.
A reminder, you have AVP outstanding.
Right. Have to talk to Addison's assistant about viability perks. Sounds useful.
We already did.
Colonial Affairs, please advise
Whole mood of the Nexus has changed since EOS. You really can feel it. New outpost, a Pathfinder's help, people waking up. It's a fresh start.
Can't relax yet. The initiative still has a lot of promises to keep.
And that's on us. But it's damn good to know we're on the right track.
The Normandy.
Cash reminds everyone, all power grid adjustments must be approved beforehand.
European interplanetary missions. Going back to 1985. I'll see if he has anything else to say.
Think about it.
It's the Scourge, Director Tan. Its origin defies all known explanation.
How? We've brought all that equipment along.
And the Tempest's readings are helping, but we've just scratched the surface.
The history of the initiative cannot show that we were defeated by a space cloud.
Some things are bigger than we are.
I will not accept that excuse. This is science, and your merry band over there are scientists, aren't they? Figure it out.
Goodbye, Director.
The more he talks, the more I hate him.
Ryder, You're off to a promising start. I meant what I said. You are a symbol now of hope that things will get better. Though I worry about this terraforming network. What do we really know about it?
It's like nothing we've ever seen. It's clear somebody had big plans for this cluster.
But who?
Not sure yet, but at least we're on the trail.
Did you have some other business?
That's all. Thanks for your time.
My pleasure. I see great things in our future.
One of the things that really irritates me about him is that he's constantly talking about how we can't let people see that, the initiative was defeated by this, or that, that our decisions were questioned or wrong, or we can't have people see us like this. It's all about the political, like how people view us and see us. You hear that a lot. That whole public image thing. We can't have the public see us like this. They have to look at us as if we knew everything, as if we were always right, as if we were doing things correctly. Otherwise, things could go badly. It could cause an uprising. It could cause a panic. And while some of that could be true, the fact that it's just a constant, thing that you're worried about is just really irritating at that point. I thought I had selected this. There we go. Alright.
A worker was lost.
So we'll go to the cryo bay, then we'll go to Sam node.
The victim's name has been withheld until next of kin in the Milky Way is notified.
Apparently there's a couple of other new things over here as well.
Once we gather a few more colonists, we'll be taking you over to the Nexus. You'll need to clear immigration.
This is not good.
I'll make it right.
Damned exiles.
I promise.
Hit an energy cloud. They're calling it
Boy, Pathfinder. Today has not been a good day.
the Nexus. Got it
Why is
right.
that?
As long as you
A large shipment of medical supplies intended for Prodromos was intercepted by those damned exiles. Scouts confirmed they've divvied the supplies up among their own outposts.
I'll see what I can do about reclaiming them.
That would be great. Thanks. Maybe when you come across them assholes, you can rectify all this.
Pathfinder, I'm Nigel McCoy. Just got out of cryo.
Welcome to Andromeda, Nigel.
Thank you. It's bittersweet, though. My little brother Dash was stationed on the Nexus. I just learned he died on Eos, trying to start a settlement.
That's awful. I'm sorry, Nigel.
Yeah. We were gonna start families out here together. I have a pendant our father wore. Dash had its match. Will you reunite them?
Of course.
In his digital journal, he mentioned a spot on Eos where he'd go to think. If you could leave the pendant there.
Harry, what's happening with Sarah?
Well, we got her out of the pod. I don't want to get your hopes up, but Sam managed to, find her, you might say.
I don't follow.
Well, she's still in a coma. But she also has an implant like yours, and Sam managed to access it. He's made contact.
I wouldn't think that's even possible.
You and me both, but Sam, well, I guess supercomputers have a different view of things.
Though in a coma, Sarah's mental processes remain intact.
So, is she okay?
You can ask her yourself. A moment while I establish a link with her implant. Proceed.
Sarah? Can you hear me?
Scott? Is that you? What's happening? Where am I?
There was a problem with your stasis pod. You're in a coma on the Hyperion. Do you understand?
I think so. Am I dreaming?
Sam linked into your implant, but they say you're stable. You're safe and sound in the medbay.
This is so weird. I hear you, but I can't feel anything. Where's Dad? Is he doing okay?
Can I just comment real quick on how amazing this is? And how I wish this was something that existed in real life? And who knows? Maybe it's possible that tech-wise, maybe we're on our way towards this point. Now, I know that this is obviously unique circumstances because of the implants and, Sam being the type of AI he is. I get that. But just imagine if in real life this kind of thing was possible. If we somehow had the technology to be able to allow someone to communicate with a loved one of theirs who was in a coma. Like, just to have this moment here where they, even though that person's in a coma, they're able to have a communication with them. Just, that would be amazing.
I don't know how to say this, but he's dead, Sarah.
What?
It was a freak accident.
But it's Dad. He can't die.
I know. It's been hard on everyone.
I didn't get to say goodbye.
No one did.
What about finding home? Dad kept telling me how beautiful it would be.
Now, believe it or not, this is one of those, like, it's not just a matter of, like, choose what you want. There's actually kind of a recommended path when it comes to some of these choices, that it's actually better to go ahead and just be completely honest with her right up front here, even though it may seem like it actually does some damage. In reality, it actually helps her process it while she's in a coma, and by the time she comes out of it, she's able to, like, okay, I kind of dealt with it, and, like, compared to the shock she would have found out if you had lied to her about it. So it's highly recommended. Just go ahead and just be straight up honest with her about everything here.
There's been some complications. The Golden Worlds didn't exactly deliver.
But Dad said...
Sarah?
Am I dreaming? Where am I?
Sarah, I'm sorry.
Her pulse rate is increasing rapidly.
I need to go now.
That's enough. It's too stressful.
Sarah.
It's okay, she'll be fine. Like I said, it actually helps her kind of process it, and by the time we come back, she'll be like, oh, thanks for being honest with me about that. It allowed me to kind of deal with it while I was in a coma, and I'm good now. Alright, now let's see what we can find out about these equations that Sam needs to take care of.
A ray of hope for sleep-starved residents. Maintenance begins on malfunctioning sun lamps, causing unending daylight in some Nexus quarters. This is HNS.
It's you. You, Pathfinder. I have a word or two for you.
Is there a problem?
Your father is my problem. He's everyone's problem. We're all paying for Alec Ryder's ego. He preyed on Jean Garson's trusting nature and bulldozed us to this godforsaken place. Now she's dead, and we'll all soon follow.
This might be my dad's mess, but I will clean it up.
Talk about ego. You're no different from him. You think you can do this all yourself. Go to hell, Pathfinder.
Again, the lack of more than 2 answers there is irritating. Would like to have had more options there to give a better answer there, but I guess not.
Welcome back, Scott.
Dr. Arbordana at the tech lab sent some equations for you to solve.
I'm ready.
Transferring them now. Have fun. Hey, what the? Sam!
Malicious code detected. Please stand by.
Sam?
Attempting to countermand malicious code. Please stand by.
Is there anything I can do? Sam! Is that another malfunction, or... Sam, you trying to show me something? Okay, I think I got it. Sam, talk to me!
Hello, Pathfinder. Please initialize the console to restore normal operations.
Sam, what happened?
The equations contained a Trojan horse program, a virus, specifically targeted to sever our connection and render me helpless. Reconnecting would be impossible.
Uh-huh.
You'd need a crack AI programmer to create a virus like that.
Yes. Only my unique adaptions prevented permanent damage.
Unlock the door. Let's head to the tech lab and see what Dr. Aradana has to say.
Believe it or not, this quest in particular, at least later on in later stages, has actually caused me some problems with the mods I'm running. To the point where I actually had to disable all the mods, progress a certain point, and then be able to re-enable them again. But it's also at a point where it's very delicate. As you gotta make sure you do it correctly, otherwise things can go... Well, you can end up having a bad result in terms of the outcome of the quest.
Is HNS.
We can start building a bank of vaccines once we get more biomaterial.
Oh, Doctor.
Welcome, Pathfinder. Did Sam solve the equations I sent?
Solve them? They almost brought down Sam Node.
The equations contained a virus designed to target artificial intelligence.
You think I... Never. I abhor violence against any life, organic or synthetic.
I'm sure you wouldn't hurt me or Sam, but I need to investigate.
I understand.
I've seen a lot of down with AI sentiment lately. Graffiti, complaints to 10. Perhaps someone took the next step.
Why would anyone hate artificial intelligence?
Synthetic life has different needs and motivations. It can be mysterious and powerful. Many fear what is not understood.
Everything's uncertain. Maybe they just want to feel safer.
Attacking Sam is bold, though. I wonder if there have been similar incidents.
The eye kiosk was busted this morning.
I can look around.
Pathfinder Rider, if you will.
One of the things I like about this quest also is that it ties into a DLC from Mass Effect 2.
Artificial intelligence is a threat to all organic life. Why not ask for more details? Detecting Pathfinder Rider.
Hi there. Excuse the educational stuff. I hacked Avina as a sock puppet. So, our virus set you free. Hope you're doing better without that AI jammed into your head.
Who am I talking to right now?
A friend. Our movement sent the virus to save you.
Pathfinder, it's possible they don't realize their virus failed. Pretending that it worked might win their trust.
Hello? Ryder?
The disconnect was very sudden. I'm grateful, just woozy.
It'll pass. See, this is what our movement's all about stopping. Knight says human AI merging is a threat to all life. And she'd know, trust me. Oh, Knight's our founder. The virus wouldn't exist without her.
I should thank Knight in person.
I'll ask her. She might even give you a tour of our sanctuary.
Great, thanks.
Can't promise anything, but watch your email. Bye.
A whole movement of AI-hating hackers, with a leader called Knight.
She and her followers seem to have experience with human AI partnership.
If they attack you, they're capable of anything. I'll check my email. We need to find them.
My name is Avina.
So yeah, that's...
I could hold this entire station hostage.
What a mess.
So yeah, that mission's going to be on hold for a little while until we're able to, again, progress at a certain point in the story, the main story, so... should go visit our buddy on the Tempest. Also, what's the next main story mission? Ah, that's right.
Ryder?
We're going to be meeting some new friends.
The human Pathfinder has died. Alec Ryder was killed after touching down on Habitat 7.
So you know what's one of the mods I got that I really like? You remember how long these cutscenes right here would take? Notice how short it is? It's a mod that basically makes it where it cuts out like 90% of that cutscene.
All systems green.
Thanks, Gallo. So let's go see how our hijack buddy is doing here on the ship.
Just how long were you on EO's track?
Long enough to get sand in cracks I didn't even know I had.
And neglect your prosthetics.
Neglect adds character.
Oops. Looks like our Pyjack friend got out of his cage. He'll be fine, won't he? The exercise will probably do him good.
So anyways, when we come back, we will probably be heading to this new system to try and figure out what's going on with this new vault. And meet some new people. Stay tuned.